Hey, this is Danny from Weird and Wired, and this is a Harmony 2076 model guitar. I've had this for a little while, documented it on the channel before, but we're not here to talk about this. We're talking about this big hunk of metal which is now on this guitar. This is a Menorm GP-3 pickup. It is a soundhole pickup made in Japan around the same time as this guitar was made, and I have been looking for a pickup like this for nearly as long as I've had this guitar. It felt unnecessary to drill any holes to put in what would be a fairly modern day pickup, and this is not a very modern day guitar, so I wanted something that was from the same era, something that was period correct, and I've been keeping an eye out for soundhole pickups that I could clip in, and this one cropped up, and it just happened to be the same sort of string spacing. It was perfect. It was the exact thing I was looking for, and these things, they're not particularly inexpensive. They are vintage guitar accessories, and with the vintage market, these can go for sort of around the £100 mark, or you can play your cards right and take a bit of a gamble like I did and buy one that is untested, so you don't know if you're buying something that even works. But fortunately for me, the gamble paid off, and this does work. It just clips into the sound hole. You can also angle the tone and volume control panel. It's got a little nut there which you can tighten up and loosen. The tone is a little bit backwards. When you have it on 10, it gives it a lot more bass, but as you roll it off, gives it a lot more sort of treble. I find having it rolled off a little bit is a bit more pleasing to my ear, but yeah, it's nice that it kind of really gives you both ends of sort of the tonal spectrum. I even have the original paperwork that came with the Menorm magnetic guitar microphone model GP3, and this is just a nice artifact in and of itself. We've got the specifications there at the bottom, which also shows that this came with a 10-foot cord, which is not something that I got with mine, and it can pose a little bit of an issue because it is a mini jack. So you either need to get yourself one of these mini jack to 1/4-inch jack adapters. This cost me a £5, if that. These are really easy to get hold of, or you can get the full cord itself. But either way, grab yourself one of these, grab one of the cords, and you can plug this into your pedal board or your amp, no problem. So this is plugged into the Fender behind me. This is just a clean channel with a generous amount of reverb, both the volume and the tone on 10. And I'll just let the strings ring out, and I'll turn down the tone, and you'll hear what I mean about it, just the brightness cutting through as it gets to about 8. Right there. And to me, that just gives it so much more life. The amp is pretty much everything, bang in the middle, 12 o'clock. So I think rolling back the tone really helps give this a bit more life. And it handles a good bit of drive as well. And that's with the tone on A, full whack for comparison. the more driven sound, I'm less offended by. I think it works quite well for that kind of real kind of mojo blues. But I think rolling back that tone just for a kind of more kind of clear cut clarity. Certainly does it some favours. So there we go, that is the Menorm GP-3 soundhole pickup. As I say, this was a little bit of a random find for me. I hope you've enjoyed learning a little bit about this pickup, hearing what it sounds like. It's a real fun little pickup, made in Japan. I've kind of read conflicting things that these are made in the 50s, 60s and 70s. I imagine somewhere within the 3 decades. One of them's got to be right. A real fun pickup, a little bit quirky, but not as quirky as I would have kind of imagined. It's just a real reliable pickup. Maybe I'm a bit more wowed with this than I would be if I hadn't have bought this, not knowing if it's a working pickup or not. But yeah, fun nonetheless, and I would love to know what you guys think. If you are already aware of the Menorm GP-3 pickup, I've seen what looks to be the same model with different model names attached to it. Whether there's a great deal of difference, I honestly couldn't tell you. If you do know, if you're a bit more versed with the Menorm pickups and the different models, please do let me know in the comments. Otherwise, let me know if you're hip to this, if you like how it sounds, if you've owned one or played one, and until the next time, keep it weird and keep it wired.